Hello all, this is Kevin. I am currently working as a data science and business analytics intern in the Spark Foundation. This is my video of task 3, exploratory data analysis. My problem statement is perform exploratory data analysis on dataset sample superstore. Try to find out the weak areas where you can work to make more profit. What are all the business problems you can derive by exploring the data? That is, we have to find out the weak areas where the company can work to make more profit. Also, what are all the business problems that we can derive by exploring the data? The dataset is available in this link, you can check it out. We provide solution by exploring the data, that is by a process known as exploratory data analysis, that is analyzing the given data set and turning it into a useful insights. Exploratory data analysis refers to the critical process of performing initial investigations on data so as to discover patterns, to spot anomalies, to test hypotheses, and to check assumptions with the help of summary statistics and graphical representations. Let's jump into the code. First, we will be importing the necessary packages. The main packages we are going to use in this process is Pandas, Seaborn, and Matplotlib. Seaborn and Matplotlib are visualization packages used in this process. Next, we will be importing the dataset. I have already downloaded the dataset from this link and I have stored it in the as sample superstore.csv. Using the pandas.readcsv function, I have imported the dataset and stored in a variable known as dataset. Dataset.head prints the first 5 rows, that is first 5 samples in the dataset. Next, we will be getting some basic information about the dataset using the .info method, and you can see basic informations like how many columns are there, what are the column names, is there any null values, what is the data type of the column. You can see that these are mostly of object type and some are int and float data types. Next, let's check for any null values present in the dataset using the isNull method. And using the sum method, what it does is it actually sums the null count along the columns. We can see that there is no null values along the columns. We can see that 0, 0, 0, 0. And we next check for the duplicated. That is, if there are any duplicate samples present in our dataset. Using the sum method, it adds how many duplicate values present in our dataset. It shows that there are 17 rows are duplicated, and we will be removing those duplicated datasets using the drop duplicates method. Now you can see that after using drop duplicates, there is no duplicate elements found in our dataset. Then by using the exploratory data analysis, we will be analyzing the features of the samples. First of all, we will be using univariate analysis, that is analyzing our dataset by one columns. Next, we will be using bivariate analysis and multivariate analysis, that is we will be analyzing two features at a time, and we will be analyzing two or more than two features simultaneously. First of all, we will be jump into the univariate analysis. First is ship mode, that is the values sorry the in what mode the packages are delivered to the consumer. That is, we can see that in the using the standard class, the shipment will more transactions is happen in the standard class and comparatively less in second class, first class, and too much low in same day sales. Next, we will be getting into segment part, that is the distribution of the sales into three categories: consumer, corporate segment, and home office. And we can see the distribution over here in the bar plot diagram. And country, we will be extracting the country column, and using the value counts we will be finding how many unique values present in the country column. We can see that there is a only one country named United States. So we cannot find any insight with this column. So we will be removing the country data column as well as postal code, because these two columns doesn't provide any insights to us. So we are removing unnecessary columns from the dataset. Using the dot drop method, we will be removing these columns and storing the resultant into the dataset variable. And you can now see that the head using the head method, the resultant data type the resultant dataset doesn't have any columns named country and postal code. Next, state. This picture depicts the frequency of the cash flow. That is, it doesn't means that California has the highest number of sales or highest number of profit. What it depicts is highest cash flow between the consumers and the business. So even though it didn't depict how much sales and profit, uh, a business needs cash flow first of all. So by improving the cash flow between the consumers and the business, only then the business can develop. So cash flow in California, New York, Texas are comparatively better than other states. So we must appreciate these states. Also, the states like Maine, North Dakota, West Virginia, and Wyoming has low cash flow or customers. We should improve sales in these states, thereby gradual rise in the profit. You can see over here, not only these five states, also some other states have low cash flow. By increasing the cash flow by improving the sales, profit can be improved over these states. Now exploring into the region column. It is subdivided into four, that is east, west, central, and south. We can see that southern and central regions have low cash flow or customers than the east and west regions. So sales should be concerned over here. We should take more steps to improve sales on central and southern parts. Next category column, we can see that the distribution is divided into three of office supplies, furniture, and technology. We can see that office supplies is dominating this pie chart. That is 60% of sales is happening to the office supplies, and 21% is towards the furniture, and 18% is towards the technology. Even though it is not too bad, we should concern about improving the sales in technology and furniture sectors. Next, subcategory. We can see that binders, papers, furnishings, phone storage are comparatively having higher sales than any other. Also, we have to take into account that copiers, copier machines, supplies, fasteners, bookcases, envelopes. These have very low amount of sales comparatively others. So, concern over these four subcategories should be improved. Next, we will be seeing about bivariate analysis, that is usage of two futures at a time to make predictions. First of all, we will be seeing about city. I am extracting how many unique cities present in this data type. That is, we can see that there are about 531 unique cities are present in our data set, particularly in the city column. I will be plotting here the top 20 cities by profit. We can see that this blue color bar represents the sales and the red color represents the profit. We can see that New York City has the highest sales and highest profit, right? Also, we can also get an insight that if the sales is high, the profit is also high. So the sales has to be improved to get more profit. Next, we will be seeing about last 20 cities by profit. Here I have plotted the sales versus profit, but the plot is last 20 cities by profit. We can see that Houston, San Antonio, Lancaster, and Philadelphia. These three cities have comparatively low profit than all others. status. So concern over these status to improve sales, thereby increasing the profit, has to be enhanced. Next, coming into the state part, here I have depicted top 20 states by profit. We can see that California, New York, Washington, Michigan, Virginia, these states have highest number of sales and profit. This blue color bar represents the sales and this red color bar represents the profit. On the other hand, there are some states which stands at the bottom of the chart. These are Texas, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois. These are some of the states where the profit is too worst. That is, it turns into the negative. That is, the this blue color bar represents the sales and the profit here represented in the red color bar. You can see that the profit, actually speaking, there is no profit, there is a loss in these states. Uh, so we have to taken into account the states and improve the sales, thereby increasing the profit. Next, we will be plotting sales profit percentage on ship mode basis. Here, blue color bar represents the sales and the yellow color represents the profit. That is, in the first class, we can see that sales is high and the profit is too, but comparatively, the standard class has the highest amount of sales and also the highest amount of profit than any other else. So, sales in standard class has to be appreciated. Also, the sales and profit in same day is very poor, so measures has to be taken to improve sales on same day. Next, we will be investigating category features. We will be plotting sales and profit on category basis. That is, here also the blue color bar represents the sales and the red represents the profit. We can see that technology stands at the top while furniture stands at the bottom. We also get an insight that even though the sales of furniture is comparatively equal than the office supplies and technology, the profit is too low. So, furniture supplies can be stopped or minimized. So because we are not getting profit over there, even the sales is high, so we have to focus more on technology and office supply so that we can get more profit by more sales. But even though the sales is higher in furniture sectors, we are not getting so much amount of profit. So the production has to be stopped or maintained as such, but the technology and office supply sectors has to be concerned so much for improving the profit to the organization. Next, we will be plotting total sales and profit on each category. Here, I will be plotting the sales and profit of subcategories like copiers and these are subcategories. We can see that this blue color bar represents the sales and the red represents the profit. These are the sales and profit of subcategories. Like copiers have sales more than uh, copier stands the top in the bar graph, while the tables have the negative profit. That is, there is no profit in tables, there is a loss in tables. So we have to consider that. So to improve the profit, the production of tables has to be stopped, or else the cost of the selling price of tables has to be enhanced. Also, we can see that the sales is also poor in tables. So we have two conclusion: either we have to stop the production of tables, or else improve the sales by giving some amount of discounts, so that sales has to be enhanced. Also, to improve profit, we should be increasing selling price. Here I have plotted the same, that is the profit in each of the subcategory. As we discussed above, tables, bookcases, supplies have negative profit. That is, we are facing some losses in these sectors. So concern over this subcategories are extremely important over others. While copiers has the highest amount of profit, we should appreciate the copier sector. Sales and here we will be coming to sales and profit on each state. That is, we will be plotting sales and profit occurs for each state. That is, the blue color bar represents the sales while the red represents the profit. Here I have plotted all the states, and we can see that California stands at the top of the plot, while the Texas at the bottom of the plot. The Texas, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, North Carolina, Colorado have the negative profit. That is, we are facing heavy losses on these states. So, concern over these states to improve sales and also profit is needed. Plotting sales and profit by region wise. Here we will be plotting the sales and profit over west, east, southern and central regions. We can see that the west and east regions has comparatively more amount of sales as well as profit than the southern and the central regions. So, so we have to improve sales and profit in the southern and the central regions, and we also appreciate western and eastern regions for having more sales as well as profit. Next, we will be calculating the correlation between the profit and discount. That is how much these two variables are dependent on each other. We can see that there is a negative correlation. That is, uh, we can see that the plot as the discount increases, profit decreases. So there is an abrupt negative correlation in the discount and profit. So there is no use in increasing discounts more than 30 to 50 percentage to get more profit. Discount is important to get sales, sales is important to get profit, but as we see that this discounts does not influence the profit so much. So uh, so only in the states which we have seen, that is the some of the states which is stayed at the bottom of the bar graph, we can give discounts to improve sales to get more customers. For remaining states, the discount should not be more than 50 percentage to get more profit. Next, we will be seeing about multivariate analysis. That is, we will be comparing each feature versus the every other feature. From the above bar plot, we can see that discount and profit has inverse relations. Discount and profit has inverse relations. As the profit increases, as the discount increases, profit decreases. Also, we can able to see that when the profit increases, the sales is increased. That is direct relationship. When the sales is increased, the profit also get improved. Finally, we will be plotting the heat map for correlation heat map for all the features. We can see that there exists a high negative correlation between discount versus profit, also high positive correlation between sales versus profit, but moderate correlation occurs between sales versus quantity and also sales versus discount. We can see that the maximum value is 0.48, that is high positive correlation occurs between the profit and sales, and also high negative correlation occurs between the discount and profit, that is minus 0.2. That is, this is the highest negative correlation occurs in this plot. So there is no sense in improving the discount to get more profit. Here I have summarized what are all the observations we have seen in the plot. That I have I wish to repeat those things. First of all, we should limit sales of furnitures and increase that of technology and office supplies, as furnitures has very less profit as compared to sales. Cities where sales and profit needs to be improved are Philadelphia, Houston, San Antonio, Lancaster, Chicago, Burlington, Dallas, Phoenix, and Aurora. Intense focusing on sales on these states are required as there are little or no sales at all. Texas, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, North Carolina, Colorado, Tennessee, Arizona, and Florida. Measures needs to be taken to improve sales and profit on fasteners, supplies, and bookcases. Also, there is a loss by loss by sales of tables, so it has to be considered. Negative correlation stands between discount and profit, so there is no use in increasing discounts more than 30 to 50 percentage to get more profit. Positive correlation occurs between sales and quantity, so to improve sales we can supply more quantity. High positive correlation occurs between sales and profit, so as sales increases, profit also increases. Southern and central regions have low cash flow customers than east and west regions. We should improve sales by giving more discounts or intensive incentives in these regions. Thereby, profit can be increased on these states. Up to this, we come to the end of this video, and thanks for watching.